Season 8 will release in November, and we'll get no new mysteries until next year. Tall tale updates, future content teasers, and what the hell is actually upstairs in the tavern? Hey folks, welcome back to another video with me, Ghost Admiral. Now, the podcast that released yesterday direct from the devs, which include Drew Stevens, production director, Mike Chapman, creative director, Joni, executive producer, and John McMurtry, head of video production, gave us a lot of insight into what's coming in the future, and also some really good questions which the community have been dying to ask for ages, which we got the opportunity to ask them. So if we kick things off with Season 8, Season 8 has a target of November, and Season 9 has a target of March. This is not very good indeed. Season 9 was originally meant to be December, with Season 8 September. Now I understand that Captaincy obviously delayed that, and they said that a lot of it obviously was to do with Captaincy, it just threw them completely off course. They also mentioned that, like Season 7, Season 8 will be targeting some fundamental systems within Sea of Thieves, which just screams to me that there's chances that that's going to get delayed as well. All in all, Season 8 could end up being a 4-month-long season, which is ridiculous, with Season 9 being a solid 3 months late. Now, if you work it out in-game, the timer does target Season 8 for December, so Drew Stevens could have got this wrong. Anyways, what did they actually say about Season 8, though? What actually is it? They said that Season 8 is all about PvP, but they're doing it in a way that has that immersion and classic Sea of Thieves feel. It'll enhance the story and increase world building, and it'll bring in something that players have wanted in a very specific way, but done in adventure. This is amazing news. So happy to hear we're actually getting a PvP update. It was sort of hinted at, but to execute the PvP update, it obviously does bring in concern that they're not marketing the game correctly. There's that whole debate that there's not enough emphasis on the fact that this is a PvP game, it's PvE. I'll probably make a whole separate video about that, as it's a very hot topic currently, actually. But anyways, I reckon Season 8 will be incredible by the sounds of it. Anything to do with PvP we haven't had realistically since the Arena. That's the first and probably only major PvP update, or maybe the second anniversary update, because in that they added obviously chain shots, bundle bombs, but I'm looking forward to another major update like this. They also said that there's some incredible rewards and customizations coming with Season 8, which is great, as they don't often say this, so when they do, they genuinely really mean it, so I can't wait to see what they are. And they also said that there's some phenomenal environment work. In fact, Mike Chapman mentioned that it's some of his favourites since A Pirate's Life, and there's an argument to be made that it's actually better than. Now, not only did the A Pirate's Life environments blow everyone out of the water, I mean, especially the Sunken Kingdom stuff, that was just phenomenal. That being said, the Sea of the Damned stuff and the Dark Brethren was also equally stunning. I mean, overall, just an amazing update. Think about what we've gotten since then. Now, obviously, after that we got Season 4, more Sunken Kingdom. There were good environments, didn't quite top Pirate's Life. Buried Treasures, nothing really. Season 6, nothing really. Season 7, nothing. But we do have the mystery, and that mystery environment, my god, if you haven't played the mystery ending yet, then do so, because the environments for that are just stunning. There's not much of it, but the amount of effort they put into that is just absolutely incredible. Anyway, I digress. Point is, although we haven't got many environments since A Pirate's Life in general, the environments that we have gotten have been amazing. And the fact he said that there's some stronger environment work, that just blows everything out of the water. Next up, aside from Season 8, they got asked about the legendary curse and when it will come back. And to that they said that it will come back. They do have plans, but they just can't confirm when. Pretty straightforward answer. But then we have something very interesting. They were asked about the upstairs of the tavern. And in terms of what they're going to be doing with it, Joe said, "I'm sure there are plans. In fact, I'm almost certain there are plans." Okay, basically, yes, there are a lot of plans. If you can't read through waffle and marketing PR, because they can't say obviously what's coming out right. Now, I reckon these changes will be implemented in Season 9, as that's going to be more social options for crews. It'll be their off-season, as they did with Buried Treasures. But Mike Chapman gave us some insight into what was originally going to be there, and they said that that was where the original player onboarding experience was going to be, like Maiden Voyage. Apparently, you would start your journey there, you'd wake up, The pirate lord would welcome you, there'd be a ship's wheel in there to open the curtains. Apparently it was a bit ambitious for the time and they didn't really go for it because it's a bit goofy and sounds a bit cringy, so they're glad that they built a whole island instead, although it did take them 1 or 2 years, but anyway, we'll forget about that. But it sounds pretty cool. I'm glad, well, obviously I don't know, but it'd be cool to see the upstairs of the tavern fully fleshed out and see what it finally becomes. Now then, tall tales. This is the next topic on our list, and my god, everyone wants them. There's not a single well, there are a few people who don't want them, but the majority of people seem to think that they're healthy for the game. Now, I'll sum up and give you the TLDR of what they actually said about them. They were literally asked face to face, whilst mysteries and adventures are brilliant for XYZ, are we ever going to see Tall Tales make a return? They said that adventures give them an episodic rollout, and that means quite a lot to them. The world is always moving forward, and it allows them to continue stories such as Flamehearts, the Ancients, and the Dark Brethren, etc., which I do completely agree with. They said it's about what's right for the story, what makes the most sense in terms of delivery for the lore at that point. To quote, "No specific plans, but never say never." They mentioned adventures were never designed to replace Tall Tales, only to entice players to come back for their monthly new dose of storytelling. It doesn't mean that they replace them. If they find the right opportunity, the right story, never say never. Again, that end bit was a quote now. The thing that sort of interests me is that if they did have Tall Tales planned, they wouldn't say they're coming out right, nor would they probably even allude to them. This is the big issue with this question, to be fair, any questions in general. They're never going to tell you the absolute truth because they, can't. So they could have Tall Tales in the plans. Now, they said no specific plans but never say never, so it's very easy to get down about, oh, they're not coming. But if they were coming, they wouldn't exactly say, yeah, they're in our plans, we're making them currently. They'd mask it up. Now, would they say directly, no specific plans but never say never, or would they sort of work around the question as to not say no specific plans? I don't know. Let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. They're also asked about when we're going to see the next big environment change, because we haven't seen one of those in absolutely ages. Probably the last time was Lost Sands. They said, wait a month for the next big environment change, and they're building up to quite a pivotal choice. Apparently we'll also see the outcome of the Golden Sands, Lost Sands event very shortly, and the next choice is really gut-wrenching, which will involve some major characters. Mike even said he's excited and there's a big one coming. They mentioned that they learned a lot from the previous decision points, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one differs in terms of gameplay and lore compared to the previous one. Then mysteries. Mysteries were the next hot topic of this podcast. They said they loved the storytelling they bring, and they obviously learned a lot. But it played out for too long, and it was hard to keep people actively engaged. They want a nice interplay with in-game and out-of-game. They didn't quite get the balance right though, and there was too much time gating. Mike used the analogy, if you do an escape room, then when you get in there from the start, everything is there. You just need to work it out. They went on to say that they weren't able to do that by the nature of the idea of taking people on a longer journey, and they need more multi-layered puzzles. The social engagement on social media was meant to be playful, but they saw the response and reaction. They saw how everyone felt about the extensive social media post and progressing the mystery over that side, and it wasn't what they intended. They want the out-of-game experience to be the same as the in-game. They don't want it to be immersion breaking, they want it to be part of the Sea of Thieves world, just another window when you're not playing. They mentioned that it's hard for fans to follow along, and they were really engaged at the start. They need to get the difficulty right, and apparently Lost Sands took the energy out of the mystery a little bit. I'm sure. But then they mentioned there will be no new mysteries until next year. What? Have they just not got it ready or something? We're in October now, so November, December. That's 2 and a bit months at the minimum. They said early next year, and with game developer companies, early next year is June. So we could easily be seeing months and months more after that. It really saddens me to think that they've delayed it this long. I do wonder why. The roadmap originally said the Demarca mystery was meant to continue throughout the whole of this year, and it's ended halfway through so prematurely. Mysteries are meant to be part of the seasonal cadence, so without that, they're missing a part which doesn't help the game in any way, shape or form. Now, I'm going to go a little bit off topic here, but in the mystery, you may remember that I had a mystery recap series which was in the Ghost Flash format. Just like a lot of community members who were helping document the mystery had their own little things, like Murphic's Lullaby had the mystery board. For Season 2 of Mystery Recap, I'm planning on making it its own thing, shall we say. I'm going to separate it from the Ghost Flash format. I'll have more news closer to the time of release of the next mystery on this, so stay tuned for that, but I'm very excited because it's going to be very awesome. The final thing they said is that the developer panel at EGX was filmed and they're going to distribute it shortly on their socials, so stay tuned for that. We're going to have another massive developer interview and live panel, so really excited to see that. Anyways, that does just about bring us to the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, then please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton. And subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. My Reddit, why not hit the bell as well? We're approaching 10k subscribers really fast, and we've got some really cool things planned for when we do. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.